Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Mo, and I'm going to listen to, it looks like, speaking task number 3, task number 1, and then task number 6. Alright, let's take a look at the first one here.
The reading passage discusses the university's plan regarding sending daily mails to the students about...
You just say sending daily mail to the students. I would say usually mail is it's an uncount noun, but it's actually kind of complicated. If you say emails, then you're saying email messages, but instead of saying email messages, you say emails. But usually if you say the word mail, I would use it without the S, unless you say emails. And I do hear people saying emails instead of email.
The campus events. And in the
say campus events. So put stress on that second syllable, pronounce it a little bit more clearer, a little bit clearer.
Conversation, the two students are discussing about this proposal. The girl agrees with this proposal for two major reasons.
Agrees with these proposal or this proposal? Let's go back.
This proposal for two major reasons. Proposal. The girl agrees are discussing about this proposal. The girl agrees with this proposal.
We'll say this, not these. This proposal.
For two major reasons. First of all, she believes that the newspaper is not updated. Indeed, there are lots of instances that events are fixed at the end of the week. So, by using emails, they can be more updated and informed about the latest news. Secondly, she points out to the idea that these days, all of this...
She points out the idea that, not to the idea.
News. Secondly, she points out to the idea that...
I'll just say she points out that instead of points out to the idea that. That's a little bit wordy. So she points out that...
These days, all of the students access to the internet.
Now if you say these day, let's go back.
The idea that these days, all...
Yeah, these days.
Of the students access to the internet and check their emails routinely. So, with a high chance, they will be informed about news.
So, let me see how you said that.
Access to the internet and check their emails routinely. So, with a high chance, they will be informed about news, and they probably use these services.
Yeah, a little bit awkward with your pausing at the end there. It's almost like with the chance that...
There's a lot.
Okay, overall though, this was a pretty good response. You had maybe a few minor issues there. Let me look at the integrated speaking rubrics here. Let's see how you did. So I think it's a pretty good response. So I think there were some minor language use issues and some minor delivery issues with it. So that might bring it down from a 4. So I'm going to put you at about 24 points out of 30 on this. So it might be difficult to get the perfect score of 4 on this due to some of those minor either delivery or language use issues. Remember this, these, bit, beat. Alright, let's go to the next one. Let's see how we did. So let's go to task number 1, independent speaking task.
Nearly 2 years ago, our people voted for a new president, which was a very important event because it can change the foreign policy. Nearly 2 years ago, our people voted for a new president.
Say the word voted. Pronounce the V with more vibration. Voted for.
Which was a very important event because it can change the foreign policy and also...
It was an important event because it changed or it could change the policy. So you are talking about something in the past. So I would use past tense verbs to talk about that.
Improve the economy situation. First, I think the new president can alter the problems that we have in foreign policy and resolve the issues that we have with neighboring countries. Secondly, I think the new
Say neighboring countries.
president can solve the recession problem that we have in our economy and decrease the unemployment rate and increase the economic growth again. That's why this news was very important for my country and its future.
That was a great answer. Crap. That was good. A lot of good examples in there. You're very organized. You directly answered the question. Didn't have too many problems with delivery, language use, or topic development. Wow. I'm impressed. That was a very good response on your part. All right, let's take a look at the rubrics here. I'm going to put you to about 26 or higher on this one. I liked that response. Very, very strong. All right, so let's go one more. We got task number 6.
The professor explains 2 defense mechanisms that people use to...
Mechanisms. That word stresses, if you do have trouble on the TOEFL, it will be word stress unless you can resolve this issue. So I'm saying mechanism. I love the vocabulary word. It's college level, but you're just not stressing it in the correct part of the word.
Get rid of negative emotions.
To get rid of negative emotions. So I think pronunciation lesson number 11, Mo, I'd like you to revisit that lesson in the pronunciation part of my course. And also revisit the lessons on word stress. I think you can make some improvements in those areas.
The first defense mechanism that is offered by Professor is fantasy. She uses the example of a woman who lost her dog to illustrate this mechanism.
This mechanism
explains that the woman who lost her dog uses her imagination to invent a happy story about her dog. For instance, her dog is fed by happily and the dog is happy. The other defense mechanism that is offered by Professor is sublimation. The professor explains that the woman who lost her dog changed negative emotions to something useful. For instance, he has started dog training school to prevent others people lost their dog. Indeed,
to prevent... Let me go back. I think this is a language use issue. I think it would say other people who lost their dogs.
Something useful. For instance, he has started dog training school to prevent others people lost their dog.
To prevent other people from losing their dogs. And just that is going to cause you to score below 4. I'm telling you, that was a big, big grammar problem. So write down the correct way to say it. So to prevent other people from losing their dogs or from losing their pets.
Indeed, should redirect negative feelings to something constructive.
Not going to get the 4 on this one, my friend. No way. So let's take a look on this one. So I think you had enough delivery problems and you had that big language use issue at the end there. So I'm going to put you to about 2.83 out of 4 on this one. 22 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right?